What's up, you movie collecting maniacs, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host as always, Jay Schatzer, and it is movie haul time. I have a lot of awesome stuff. This is my Shocktober the 13th, or whatever the hell Shout Factory or Scream Factory put that stuff out. This is part 2, I guess, of that. I did part 1 a couple days ago, and this one is the second package, I guess, I got, and then there's a third one that I'll do a video for later that actually did show up early. So I got my whole Shocktober the 13th sale order in, so nothing more coming from that at least, and just a lot of awesome great stuff that has a mixture of genres, but I stuck to the horror theme. So let's just dive right in and let me stop talking. First up is a movie I've always wanted to check out. It's like an old 50s sci-fi horror flick. And it's from, well, I said 50, I meant 60s, 1964. And it always had an intriguing title because it makes me think it's a zombie film, even though it isn't. I don't believe. I think it's more of a Parasite kind of film. But this is The Flesh Eaters. And I always loved that cover. I thought it was really cool with the kind of weird squigglies here. It almost looks like an eyeball, like the back of an iris with the veins and all that stuff. Just looks cool to me. Doesn't have anything to do with the movie, I don't know, but yeah, it just looks like a really cool film that I've always wanted to check out. But it's always been really, really pricey, but with this sale, it kind of brought it down to a reasonable price, and one that I can live with. But I know it's available on Tubi as well, so if you want to check it out for yourself, if you don't want to have to, pay for the movie, go check it on Tubi, and I recommend just going on Tubi and watching anything that crosses your path because there's so many awesome movies on that streaming service. There's a plastic thing. I'm trying to be subtle about it, but it's stuck on there still. But yeah, Flesh Eaters. I'm going to probably check this one out pretty soon because I've been wanting to see this one for myself. And I got a lot of time in my hands the next couple of days, so might give it a watch. But yeah. That's The Flesh Eaters. Like I said, these are all from Scream Factory, from their Scream Factory Shocktober the 13th. I think that's what it was titled. That was their sale. But this one coming up next has always been a movie that I've not really liked. But the more I thought about it, the more I want to own it because I used to watch it all the time. But it was just such an oddity because it's a Stephen King adaptation. But it's just so strange and unusual. I mean, outside of his usual weirdness. Yeah, I don't know, and it's just a strange film to say the least. But the movie is Sleepwalkers, and I don't really know if there's any fans of this one out there or what. But I used to watch this one religiously when it was on TV. Anytime it was on, I would just watch it. I remember so many scenes so vividly, but I don't really know the reasoning behind any of it. I guess I watched it when I was really young, but it was pretty much just like this kid who turns into like this cat man, but his mom is very overbearing, won't let him do stuff. He has a girlfriend, but the mother doesn't want the girlfriend over, or is very judgmental and stuff like that. And he just seems like a real weirdo. And then you find out he changes into this weird cat man, I guess. And his mother does as well. So they're these weird werewolf kind of creatures. But yeah, and they don't like cats. I don't know. There's something weird about they don't like cats. But I gotta watch it again because it's been, like I said, I watched it a lot of times when I was a kid and in my teens, but I just don't remember too much of the story. I remember the scenes very vividly. But yeah. Yeah, if you've seen this one, let me know what you think about it. And if you haven't seen it, definitely find a way to check it out for yourself. It is different. It's a very different kind of film. But looking back at it now, I have some fond memories, so that's why I picked it up for the collection. And it's the first time it's in the old collection behind me, and same with Flesh Eaters. Never owned that one in any other format. So it's good to have 2 new ones in with the rest of them. But moving on is a movie I own on DVD. I've actually done a video review on this one. It's a sequel to a classic Tobe Hooper film. This one's not directed by Tobe Hooper, but it is directed by another legend of the cinema. It's Larry Cohen's return to Salem's Lot. And this one is, I guess the best way to describe it is fun. And then you might think to yourself, it's a Salem's Lot movie, but a sequel. And that's a pretty horror-driven film with not a hint of humor in it, really. So why the hell is this one entertaining and fun? Because it is almost a comedy in parts. That's thanks to a great deal of Larry Cohen's directing and stuff like that. But one of the main guys in it, Michael Moriarty, is hilarious in this movie, and his son is the kid who plays his son is hilarious too. He's such a little smart mouth son of a bitch. But the two of them make a really good kind of buddy comedy. And they kind of find themselves in Salem's Lot, but they call it a different name in this one. I can't remember what the name is off the top of my head. And I don't see it in the back. But yeah, they pretty much go to a town that's filled with vampires. And the vampires want to recruit the dad because he's a writer, and they want him to write their story of their people, I guess. And they pretty much use the kid as leverage. It's like, well, we're going to turn your kid if you don't do what we say. And he's kind of in a helpless situation. But there's a lot of funny stuff in this movie, and the ending where they just like are taking out vampires. And there's also this old Van Helsing-like style character. It's just a fun, weird movie that if you were going to make a sequel to Tobe Hooper's Salem's Lot, you would not think of this way to go. This is like really out there. And look at that back cover there. It's just really out there from what you would expect a sequel to that movie would be. And I love it. I love it to death. I think it's fun as hell and totally entertaining. And just a great, interesting vampire movie it's strange. But yeah, I have the DVD, so I'm going to consolidate those ones in here for some space. But really glad to have that one on Blu-ray. And what do we have next? A double feature of, looks like Italian cheese. I think these are Italian movies. I always thought they were. I'm assuming they are, but it doesn't really say. But it is, I think it is. I'm pretty sure. It is Wheels of Fire and Raiders of the Sun, a double feature of ridiculous 80s action from, I believe, Italy. It looks like an Italian post-apocalyptic ripoff kind of thing. But yeah, I don't think I've seen any of these two. So that's going to be interesting to check these ones out, because I really do love the kind of weird films that Italians did around that era that kind of were trying to mimic American films. And hopefully these are Italian ones. I'm just assuming, because I always thought Wheels of Fire were, or maybe I'm thinking of Hands of Steel maybe. So I might be off. These might be American, just low budget weird movies. But yeah, they look fun nonetheless. So whatever, sue me. But yeah, Wheels of Fire and Raiders of the Sun, no clue about them. I watched a trailer of both of them, and I didn't really get too much information other than they're just cheesy action films. So they should be fun. A fun little double feature. But what do we got next? This one is a fantastic little ditty here. This one actually is a film that somebody else commented on that I mentioned before. I can't remember what the movie is off the top of my head, but this is The Leopard Man. Oh, it was Cat People by Jacques Turner, and that's who directs this one, The Leopard Man. And they even mentioned it in their comment that Jacques Turner also directed Leopard Man, that you should check out. So luckily I already had it on the way, because I've been having my eyes on this one for a while. I didn't realize that Jacques Turner directed it, though, so that makes me even more excited. And I think Val Lewton produces it, so Val Lewton's on board. So it's a great production behind the scenes. And I don't know much about the story at all. I just know it's an old black and white film with looks like it has some great cinematography, as always, with the Jacques Turner films. I Walk with a Zombie is one of the most beautiful shot films that I've ever seen in my life, and he is behind that one, so really excited to kind of see what The Leopard Man is all about. And this one, I'm probably going to watch this one tonight, because I need some nice gothic horror on my hands. Some beautiful black and white photography. But yeah, I don't really know, and I don't even think I've watched a still or even a reel or a trailer or anything for this one. So I'm literally going in blind, other than knowing that the director is there and the producer and stuff like that. So I'm hoping it's awesome. Looking forward to it. But yeah, that's The Leopard Man. That darn Leopard Man. Now this next movie, I think when it first came out, I thought it was I never watched it. I've never watched this movie. I'm going off of my own preconceived notions of what this film was when it first came out. It was in theaters, and I thought, that's the stupidest shit I've ever seen. I'm never going to watch this movie in my life. Hey, turns out I never did. But now I have this itch to watch really cheesy, over-the-top creature feature films from early 2000s. And this one I've been itching to check this one out after years of shunning it and basically saying it looks like a piece of shit. But the movie I'm talking about, you'll never guess what it is. It's Eight-Legged Freaks with David Arquette and a whole bunch of other people in there. It's I don't know where this one came from, because it's almost like what inspired it. Like, I don't know where it came from, because there was really I don't think there was any real big creature feature films in the early 2000s, other than like maybe like the big budget Godzilla and stuff like that. And Tremors was made way earlier than this, so I don't know why this one just came out in theaters. I guess that's why it kind of passed me by, because I guess I was going by fads as a teenager, and this was not in style. But Eight-Legged Freaks looks like it's a hell of a lot of fun. I'm wondering how the CGI and stuff like that, special effects, look today, because they didn't look too bad from the trailers that I watched way back in the day. But I wonder how it held up over all these years. But time will tell when I finally check it out. But I've been a huge creature feature film kick, and I've been adding a lot to my collection. Like this whole part back here, this is all creature feature films. This whole side, I don't know if you can see it. I mean, even to here is all creature feature films. I think there's even more sporadically thrown around, but that's the main bulk of it. But I just been getting a really big kick out of just a group of people trying to survive with creatures attacking them. And this one looks like right up that alley. And like I said, I used to scoff at this one when I was a kid, when I was a teen. But it looks like a lot of fun, and I've mellowed out over the years. So let's see how I think it turns out. But yeah, I think that's all of it. I think that's everything for this one. I'm getting confused because I literally have piles of movies under me now, because I'm just running out of space and room. So I have a separate pile here of ones I'm going to do videos on, showcases. Then I have another pile over here, plus a whole bunch of books and stuff like that you can't see. It's just a mess. And there's a whole stack and stack and stack and stack of stuff I still have to show off for movie haul videos. So it's a mess in here. So sorry about that. But this little fun bunch of films is my Shocktober the 13th. Oh my God, it's backwards. How embarrassing. It's my Shocktober the 13th part 2 haul. And the last part is going to be, probably put it together in the next day or two. But I'll show you what I picked up from there too as well. But yeah, I have no shortage of films, and it's borderline a problem now because I can't stop. But what can you do? But guys, that's it for me. Hopefully you enjoyed that video, and hopefully you saw something that you're going to want to pick up yourself. If you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe, leave a comment, because I love hearing from you guys. And I guess I will see you at the next Lucid Nightmare. Peace!